Welcome back to my YouTube channel Coin of Word.
The 1968 Washington Quarter Dollar. With no mint mark may not be one of the most talked about years, but if you find this coin with a rare minting error where the date is touching the edge, you could be holding a true collector's dream worth up to $93,000. This ultra-rare error coin, combined with the absence of a mint mark, makes it one of the most sought-after quarters in numismatics. Many collectors are on the hunt for this elusive piece, as its rarity and historical significance have driven its value sky high. The 1968 Washington Quarter features the classic profile of George Washington on the obverse and the iconic eagle, perched on arrows and an olive branch on the reverse, symbolizing strength and peace. But here's where things get truly fascinating. Some of these coins were struck with a major misalignment error, where the date is pushed too far toward the edge of the coin. This type of striking error is incredibly rare, making it highly desirable among collectors. The absence of a mint mark signifies that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which adds another layer of collectability. When you combine the no mint mark rarity with the date-touching edge error, you have an ultra-scarce coin that commands massive premiums at auction. The condition of your coin plays a critical role in determining its worth. Coins in extra fine condition show minimal wear, with sharp details on Washington's hair, the eagle's wings, and the lettering. If your 1968 no mint mark quarter has the date touching the edge, you might be sitting on a jackpot. So, how much is the 1968 Washington quarter worth today? A regular 1968 Washington quarter in extra fine condition is typically valued between $150 and $500. However, if the coin features the date-touching edge error, it can skyrocket in value, fetching anywhere between $7,000, $5,000 to $93,000, depending on its grade and collector demand. This extraordinary 1968 Washington quarter is a must-have for serious collectors. The error variety, combined with the no mint mark designation, makes it a coin that only a few lucky individuals will ever come across. Many of these rare coins have been lost to circulation, making well-preserved examples exceptionally scarce. If you think you've found one, here's how to protect its value. Use gloves to avoid fingerprints and damage. Store it in a protective holder to prevent scratches. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to authenticate and maximize its market price. The 1968 Washington Quarter, without a mint mark, is already a fascinating piece of U.S. coinage history. But if you find one with the date-touching edge error, you could be holding a once-in-a-lifetime rarity worth up to $93,000. Don't overlook those old quarters. You might just have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The 1980 Washington Quarter Dollar with the D mint mark is gaining significant attention in the rare coin market, especially when found in uncirculated condition. If you're interested in rare coins or simply curious about their value, stay tuned as we explore why this coin is becoming a major highlight in the world of numismatics. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Designed by John Flanagan, this iconic coin features Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. While the 1980 quarter may appear common at first glance, it holds hidden value that many collectors are now starting to recognize. The 1980 Washington Quarter with the D mint mark was struck at the Denver Mint, making the mint mark a crucial detail in determining authenticity and potential value. The real question is, why is this specific coin, particularly in uncirculated condition, worth significantly more today than when it was originally released? One of the most important factors in determining a coin's value is its condition. A circulated 1980 Washington Quarter will naturally show signs of wear, such as scratches and discoloration. However, if you can find a pristine, uncirculated specimen with its original luster and sharp details, its value increases dramatically. A high-grade, uncirculated 1980 D Washington Quarter has sold for as much as $50,000 in top condition, even Coins graded MS-65 and above can fetch thousands due to their rarity and collector demand. The scarcity of high-quality, uncirculated examples plays a significant role in determining the market value. While millions of quarters were minted in 1980, only a small percentage have survived in perfect condition. Coins that retain their sharp strike, flawless surfaces, and full mint luster are the ones that command premium prices in today's market. In recent years, the demand for high-quality coins has been rising steadily. Collectors and investors alike are seeking out rare quarters, and the 1980 D Washington quarter is one of the standout pieces. This growing demand has led to an increase in value, making it an excellent addition to any serious collection. So, why is this coin such a valuable investment? Beyond its historical significance, the 1980 D Washington quarter is a prime example of how condition and rarity influence market prices. As more collectors recognize the worth of these coins, prices are expected to continue climbing. If you own an uncirculated example, you could be holding on to a highly valuable piece of American numismatic history. When searching for these coins, pay close attention to details. Look for sharp features, clean surfaces, and a strong mint luster. Avoid coins with heavy scratches, wear, or discoloration, as these factors can significantly lower their value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. If you have a 1980 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in uncirculated condition, now is the perfect time to get it appraised. Whether you're a collector looking to add a rare find to your collection or an investor considering selling, this coin is expected to hold and even increase in value over time. With its rising demand and historical importance, the 1980 D Washington quarter is truly a hidden gem in the world of rare coins. We're talking about a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm, the 1965 no mint mark Washington quarter. This isn't your ordinary quarter. In fact, it's one of the most valuable coins out there, and we're going to explore exactly why. The 1965 no mint mark quarter features the iconic Washington portrait on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, and an eagle on the reverse. At first glance, it looks like a typical quarter, but what sets this one apart is its minting anomaly, a missing mint mark. Now here's the kicker. Quarters from 1965 do not typically have a mint mark, which adds another layer of mystery to this coin's rarity. Some of these quarters were struck on silver planchets, a leftover from the previous year's production, making them incredibly rare and valuable. Why is the 1965 no mint mark quarter so valuable? The absence of a mint mark isn't the only factor contributing to its jaw-dropping price. Some quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets when the U.S. Mint transitioned to using a copper-nickel composition. This unexpected error makes the 1965 no mint mark quarter an extraordinary gem for collectors. The rarity and unique composition of this quarter make it one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. A perfect specimen of the 1965 no mint mark quarter struck on a silver planchet can sell for an astonishing $8,000 at auction. While finding one of these coins might feel like searching for a needle in a haystack, here are some tips to help you. Check the weight. A standard 1965 quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while the silver version weighs approximately 6.25 grams. Inspect the edge. Silver quarters have a solid silver edge, unlike the copper-nickel-clad quarters, which show a distinct copper core. Use tools. A magnifying glass or scale can help you detect the finer details that indicate a silver planchet. The 1965 no mint mark quarter is a perfect example of how an error coin can make headlines. Its rarity and historical significance have cemented its place as one of the most extraordinary pieces in coin collecting history. Coins like the 1965 no mint mark Washington quarter remind us of the thrill of numismatics, the history, the rarity, and the potential life-changing value hidden in something as ordinary as spare change. Have you ever come across a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. Next up, let's take a closer look at the 1986 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in very good condition. Stick around as we delve into why this coin has gained significant value in today's market. First, let's explore the coin itself. The Washington Quarter, featuring George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, has been a hallmark of American coinage since 1932. We're specifically focusing on the 1986 quarter. The obverse displays a portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, while the reverse showcases a heraldic eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. The D Mint mark indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. Now, why is the 1986 Washington Quarter with the D Mint mark noteworthy, and what makes it stand out in today's market? To fall under the very good category, the coin must show some wear but still retain the majority of its design elements. Expect to see some flattening on the high points, such as Washington's hairline and the eagle's feathers. But overall, the coin remains legible with its minting year intact. The key here is that this coin is rarer in this condition. Unlike uncirculated coins, which may have been properly preserved, a very good condition coin is more challenging to find due to the natural wear it has experienced over the years. This rarity boosts its market value. Now let's get to the exciting part, the value. Searching for a 1986 Washington Quarter with a D Mint mark in very good condition may surprise you with the price it commands. Generally, a 1986 Washington Quarter in this condition isn't worth a fortune on its own, but the rarity and demand have driven up its price. Currently, this coin can range in value from $50,000 to $100,000, depending on its exact condition and where it's being sold. While quarters from the 1980s weren't widely collected when they were first minted, collectors and investors are beginning to realize their value over time. The 1986 Washington Quarter may not be the rarest coin from this period, but its relatively low mintage, combined with its historical significance, positions it for potential future appreciation. Why should you care about the 1986 Washington Quarter? This coin comes from a time when the U.S. Mint was undergoing major changes. In 1982, the Mint altered the composition of its coins, and in 1986, they struck the final batch of 90% silver coins for collectors. By this time, clad quarters were becoming more common, but these earlier editions were still relatively rare. This coin's vintage and minting year place it among semi-key date coins. Though not as rare as some earlier 20th century quarters, it remains significant in today's market. Given the right collector interest and historical context, the 1986 Washington Quarter with the D Mint mark could see an increase in value over the next several decades. In conclusion, the 1986 Washington Quarter with a D Mint mark in very good condition may not be the rarest coin out there, but it certainly holds significant value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this coin represents a rare piece of history that's steadily increasing in market value. So, the next time you're sorting through your change or browsing at your local coin shop, keep an eye out for the 1986 Washington Quarter. Next up, the Washington Quarter $1989 with the P Mint mark in excellent condition. This coin has earned its place in the spotlight for its rarity and market value. Stick around as we explore its history, features, and why it's such a valuable piece in today's market. Before we dive into its value, let's take a closer look at the 1989 Washington Quarter itself. This coin was part of the standard issue series that the U.S. Mint produced every year. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington. But what makes the 1989 version so special? First and foremost, we have to talk about the condition of the coin. In the world of numismatics, the grade or condition of a coin is everything. The 1989 Washington Quarter in excellent condition is a rare find. Coins in excellent condition have minimal signs of wear and tear, retaining most of their original details and luster. The term excellent often refers to coins that show very little circulation wear, preserving their sharp features and sometimes even displaying a full strike, meaning all the design details are clearly visible. As you can see, the difference between a coin in excellent condition and a worn-out version is significant. A worn coin may have fading, scratches, or even a loss of design detail which reduces its value. On the other hand, a well-preserved 1989 Washington quarter shines with sharp details, like the profile of George Washington and the intricate designs on the reverse side, where an eagle is depicted with an olive branch in its talons. Now let's talk about the P Mint mark. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this quarter was struck. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced Washington quarters at both the Philadelphia and Denver Mints. While most people think of the D Mint mark as being more common, the 1989 P Mint mark quarters are much rarer, especially in excellent condition. So, what's the market value of the 1989 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark in excellent condition today? Well, while most of these quarters in circulated condition might be worth modest amounts, excellent condition examples can fetch anywhere from $20,000, depending on their specific grade and demand in the market. But if you've got one in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could see values soar even higher, ranging from $50,000 or more. Quarters like the 1989 with the P Mint mark are definitely something collectors seek. When it comes to coins in excellent condition, collectors are looking for those that have been carefully preserved. You're not just talking about a simple coin, you're talking about a piece of American history that holds lasting value, and that's not all. If you happen to find a 1989 Washington quarter with any sort of unique error, like a double die or a misstrike, the value could increase exponentially. Error coins are always in high demand, and they often fetch a premium at auctions or among collectors who specialize in rare coin varieties. So, if you've got a 1989 Washington quarter with a P Mint mark lying around in your collection or stashed away in a drawer, it might just be time to take a closer look. Coins in excellent condition are always highly sought after in the numismatic community, and with a market value steadily climbing, now could be the perfect time to consider selling or adding it to your prized collection. Of course, the value of any coin is also subject to market trends, but coins like the 1989 Washington quarter are expected to continue to appreciate over time, especially if they remain in excellent condition. Next up, the 1973 Washington quarter with a D Mint mark. Is this coin a hidden gem in the world of rare coins, or is it just another circulated quarter? Let's find out together. Stay tuned to learn about its history, rarity, and how much it's worth today. The 1973 Washington quarter was struck as part of the ongoing series of quarters featuring George Washington on the obverse, which began in 1932. This particular year, however, is somewhat significant. The 1973 Washington quarters were issued in the midst of an era where the U.S. Mint was transitioning between coin designs and dealing with high demand due to the nation's expanding economy. You'll notice that many Washington quarters, including the 1973 series, usually have a mint mark located beneath George Washington's bust on the obverse. For the 1973 quarter with the D Mint mark, it was struck at the Denver Mint and is considered rarer than its counterparts from Philadelphia. Now, let's dive into the condition of the coin. This particular 1973 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark is in circulated condition, meaning it has been in circulation for years and shows signs of wear. Despite that, it's still a valuable piece. Circulated coins, especially those with a D Mint mark from this year, are rarer than most people think, as these coins were in circulation for decades before collectors started to notice their potential value. So, how rare is the 1973 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark? The short answer is that it's considered to be a scarce find. Although there were millions of quarters minted in 1973, the Denver Mint only produced a limited number with the D Mint mark, making them harder to find in good condition. This scarcity, combined with growing interest in Washington quarters, adds to its rarity. Now let's talk numbers. You might be wondering, how much is the 1973 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark worth in today's market? In circulated condition, this coin typically has a value of around $280,000, But when you find a specimen in above-average condition, the value can skyrocket. Coins that are in fine, very fine, or extra-fine condition can be valued anywhere from $300,000 or even higher, depending on demand and auction results. Coins in mint state, or those showing minimal wear, can go for as much as $398,000 in some rare cases. Collectors of Washington quarters, as well as investors in rare U.S. coins, are continuously seeking out these hidden treasures, making this 1973 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark a valuable asset. What factors affect the value of the 1973 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark? The most important ones are the coin's condition, rarity, and demand. Coins in excellent condition with minimal wear are always going to fetch a higher price. The overall quality, free from scratches or significant damage, is a huge factor. Also, if the coin is from a specific collection or has a provenance that connects it to a notable event or figure, that can push the value even further. If you're lucky enough to own a 1973 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark, you might be wondering where you can sell it. There are many avenues, including reputable coin dealers, auction houses, and online platforms like eBay or specialized coin seller sites. Remember to always research the platform and get an appraisal to make sure you're getting the best price. In conclusion, the 1973 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark might seem like just another coin at first glance, but it's a rare find in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a collector or an investor, this coin can be a valuable addition to your portfolio. Keep an eye out, and who knows? You might just discover a hidden treasure in your pocket change. The value of the 1985 Washington quarter without a mint mark varies depending on its condition and rarity. In very good condition, it can be worth anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000. However, higher-graded examples, especially those in uncirculated condition, can fetch between $10,000 and $15,000. Rare minting errors, such as doubled dies or off-center strikes, can increase the value significantly. The 1985 Washington quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, making it distinct from the Denver and San Francisco issues of the same year. While millions of these quarters were produced, finding well-preserved examples today is becoming more challenging, as circulation wear has taken a toll on most coins from this period. Collectors are particularly drawn to this coin due to its historical significance and growing scarcity in higher grades. The Washington Quarter series has been one of the most widely collected U.S. coin sets since its introduction in 1932. Although the 1985 quarter may not seem as rare at first glance, those in exceptional condition are becoming increasingly valuable in today's numismatic market. When assessing the worth of a 1985 no-mint mark Washington quarter, coin grading plays a crucial role. A coin in very good, VG condition might be worth around $5,000 to $7,000, while fine, F-graded coins can reach up to $10,000. Extremely fine, XF coins may sell for $12,000 to $13,000, and uncirculated, MS-60 or higher specimens can command prices from $14,000 to $15,000 or more. Beyond standard grading, error coins from 1985 are of particular interest to collectors. Some quarters exhibit minting flaws like missing elements, struck-through errors, or doubled dies, which can make them far more valuable than standard-issue coins. These errors are rare and command premium prices at auctions and among collectors. 4. Numismatists and casual collectors alike, the 1985 no-mint mark Washington quarter remains an intriguing piece of American coinage history. While it may not be the rarest quarter ever produced, its increasing scarcity in high grades and potential for valuable errors make it a coin worth keeping an eye on. If you happen to find one in exceptional condition, it could be a worthwhile addition to any collection.